Hi, this is a man from Modesto. I want to go over briefly what I've always felt was a doctrine not really totally correct, and recently someone challenged me on that on video, so I went and did some research because I wasn't really solid on why it wasn't correct. So I went and I just looked at the reference, Hebrews 13. Now this person told me Hebrews 13 means that you can't say what you're saying about Obama, that what he's doing is wrong. You can't say that because he's a leader and you have to submit to him. So I went and looked here at 13. Now in 13:17 it says, "Obey them that have the rule over you and submit yourselves." Well, there it is. And I promise you, there have been somewhere in some churches somewhere, probably hundreds, thousands of times, someone said, there it is, you got to do what the pastor says. But listen, there's only a colon there. There's no period. They don't start a new chapter or even a new verse. It says, "For they watch over your souls." Okay, whoa, wait a minute. So this is qualifying who the them is. Obey them that have the rule over you, for they watch over your souls. Right? So we're talking about some leaders who are watching over my soul. Not some leaders who are trying to lead my soul into destruction. So I'm definitely not following evil leaders. Okay? Now let's look again at 13:7, same chapter. Help us understand a little more clearly about who they are discussing. "Remember them which have the rule over you." So here again we're talking about those who rule over, "who have spoken unto you the word of God." Okay, much more clear now. Those who have rule over you, who speak to you the word of God, who are watching over your souls. This is who Paul is telling his brothers and sisters under Abraham in Hebrews. He's saying, listen brothers, listen sisters, remember the people who preach to you the word of God. Remember them. Submit to those who watch over your souls. Okay? Listen, the king, the unrighteous king who doesn't know Christ, he might watch over the safety of our borders, and we should pray for him, like they were told, like Jeremiah said, to pray for the king of Babylon. Like pray for him, because he's going to ensure that you'll have peace. If he can't maintain the peace, then you're going to be in war again. You're already captives. Now you're going to be a captive under war. Right? So that's not going to be any better. But if your leader is leading you into deception, is selling you over to his own ideology, is selling you over to community organizing, aka communism, then you don't need to follow that. You can say, hey, that's wrong. John the Baptist said, hey, the king is sleeping with his dead brother's wife. You can't do that. And the king put him in prison and later beheaded him because he said that. But John the Baptist was correct. Okay, so 13:7, the rest says, "Remember them which have the rule over you, who have spoken unto you the word of God, whose faith follow, considering the end of their conversation." So he's saying, listen, these people who are preaching the word, follow their faith. Respect them, submit to them. They're obedient to the fact that they need to observe the faith through their whole life, so that at the end, they receive the conversion into the spiritual body. They're saying, follow that guy. Right? Simple. They're not saying follow the guy who's going into, who's following after a book that worships Satan, that gives glory to Satan in the middle of the book. This book by Saul Alinsky. Okay? So, it's fine and correct for me to say, hey, following after Satan and our leaders trying to lead us into some Satanism, and that's wrong, no matter what you call it, no matter what you say when you're getting your bills passed, right? So I don't have a problem with that. And this person corrected me, and he seemed like a person really truly seeking the Lord. So I said, well, I'm going to consider what this guy said. I'm going to come look here. And I came and looked here, but I found that it's not saying what he says and what so many people say. Hebrews 13, I disagree with anyone. And now here's the irony, here's the cream on the cake, is that at 13:9 it says, "Be not carried about with diverse and strange doctrines. For it is a good thing that the heart be established with grace, not with meats." So, and then there's more. But people, don't be carried away by doctrines. You got to check stuff out sometimes. If it feels wrong in your spirit, probably it is. All right? Could be that maybe you don't understand something. Could be that someone else doesn't understand something. But either way, everybody's going to grow. Just be peaceful about it. This is the man from Modesto telling you, as always, pray or be defeated.